Now, other things that we can do, they have a cute little brush tool. If you right click, then you can make your brush size as big as you want to. And the corresponding color is down here, all the way down on this panel. Let's say we want to get a little bit of an orange color. We can go ahead and brush stroke it all the way around. And I'm going to undo that because that's ugly. Now you guys can see that that's kind of light, right? It looks more of like a spray paint. Now that corresponds to hardness. So we have it at 0% right now. We can go ahead and up it all the way to 100%. And then that just pops out like beautiful, solid circles. Cool. All right, so let me go ahead and put everything back down. All right, now the other thing that I use a lot is the eraser tool. So let's say we want to take a little bite out of this Photoshop logo. Let's see here. We have the hardness. Again, just like the brush, the hardness, we can go ahead and take some off. And you guys can see that little corner, it's taking a while for it to erase. But let's say that we want to just chop out a bite in that little corner there. Put the hardness up, and then I'm gonna go over to this white little circle. And then you guys can see, maybe this one. This one, it's a little bit quicker, but it takes out all of what we don't want in it. So, same thing like the brush. We'll go ahead and clip this corner too. Now, I can only clip a Photoshop logo there if I am highlighted on that specific layer. So, we can look and come down here on background copy. Let's say we want to take out her arm. Now the layer behind it is white, so whatever we erase is going to show up white. Right there. Fantastic. You have a couple of chunks out of your arms out of there. Now, that's going to be a while. There we go. And we're just Control-Z or Control-Alt-Z as much as we can, but I think it only let us do like 10 clicks back. So yeah, what are we gonna do next? So yeah, that was the erase tool. Now we'll go back to this because it's not ugly or garbage. We'll actually refresh what this was before. So we go back up to new, and we didn't have our dimensions right. So the dimensions for a YouTube thumbnail are 1920 by 1080. Fantastic. So let's hit that. And then if you guys remember, we go ahead and drag and drop. Now make sure that you're on this top left tool here. It's a little arrow and a cruiser. So we can drag and drop down. And perfect, we have our image again, untainted. Siege, glad you're doing this when I get back into it too. Yo, dude. Yeah, and then this whole video will be chopped up into little part sizes. So let's say you missed something, then you can go ahead and refer to that. This video will also be put up live, or it'll be put up the full entirety of the video, but we'll have one specific playlist of this video into parts. So fantastic, little bite-sized pieces. All right, now what else we got? Now let's say that we want to put, let me go back here. Let's say that we want to put text on this picture right here. So it's a promo for our Photoshop video that we're gonna do, fake video. And we say, oops. Now this layer is under the Photoshop layer, the image there. So we just moved it, but let's say we want it on top of the Photoshop logo. Then we just go ahead and move this to the right here, what's highlighted, and pull it up and then let it go. And then it will be above that specific layer. So remember, everything in Photoshop is layers. It's like onions and layers and Shrek, if you guys have seen that movie. But legitimately, it's exactly like layers. And what's really cool is that idea is also, it transfers over to Adobe Premiere. And when you already know about that layering system, if you're just basically stacking things, then it's a lot easier to, I guess, move up steps. Like, I would say Photoshop is like step 1 to figure out video stuff. Then step 2 is like Premiere. And then step 3, even higher and harder, is Adobe After Effects. And I haven't even played with Adobe After Effects that much. I only use it for like green screen and keying. So, yeah. But, so let's go back to this text here. Let's say that we want this. Make sure that you're highlighted on the text thing too. And then you can go ahead and highlight your words. Now at the top here, you can see that the size itself is 60 point. We can go ahead and up this to 72 point, or we can put numbers here, and we could say 1000, which that's too big for this document. But let's see, let's make it 500. Nice. All right, so that's pretty big. And apply this. Now I want to make this window a bit bigger, so I can put an E on here, and then you can see the E. Let me go here. Oops. All right, let's redo it here. It's kind of tricky, so there we go. Now, what do I want to say? Come watch. Let me make this smaller. So we'll just say, come watch our stream. All right, now that being 4 letters, you can go ahead and put that down here, or whatever looks the best. You can move it around. And again, in order to move it, you have to make sure that it's not on the text little tool, but it's on the arrow up here. What does that say here? So in order to do the text tool, if I highlight over it, there we go. You want to click T, or to get to the move tool is V. You can just, you can just hit that on your keyboard if it's not highlighted. There you go. Okay, so we can go ahead and move that around. We can rotate it. We can make our text box bigger. But the same thing of what we did with the Photoshop logo, we can go ahead and Control T it, and we can move its dimensions. Nice and big. Cool. So we have that. Fantastic. Now we've been running for 20 minutes. I don't know how long this stream is going to go into its entirety. Normally I do like hour-long live streams. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and truck through as much as we can. And booyah. I think we'll probably go around 40 minutes. Maybe 40 to 50. But boo. Yeah. So we got that down. And throughout the rest of these tools, we have a little rectangular box. So let's say we want to put like a black rectangle behind our text. So we go up to this bar and we want to fill it with we said black. So, oh no, it covered my words. Now, again, just like layers, you go up here, layers, and you put it under come watch our stream. Now, let's say it's too big, like it is right now. It's covering the pumpkin. Just Control T, hit it, and pull it on down to as big as you want it to go. Cool. Now, you say, ooh, that black is kind of distracting. Well, Photoshop has already figured that out for you. Now, there's an idea where Let me pull that down a little bit. Little OCD. Where you may have seen it before, you may already know, but there's something called opacity, and we can take that rectangle and we can actually make it see-through on a certain percentage, right? So at 19%, it's very faint, but you can kind of see the outline of that rectangle. And the bigger we get it to 100%, the rectangle is more apparent. So let's go ahead and throw this at 50%. Okay, cool. Now it's completely ugly, but let's say that we want to revert that rectangle and put it at the same kind of degrees that the text is. Fantastic. So it doesn't look too weird. You can still see it. You have a preference. I know there's a lot of things. Well, like, what am I trying to say here? There is a lot of things that people do that are more appealing to some. Now, with this black text box, if you guys like that style, fantastic. Keep doing it. But some people don't like that. And if you're making thumbnails, you want to make sure that they pop. You also want to make sure that they're appealing or completely scary, like my thumbnails. But yeah, so cool. It's just like art. Some people like different types of art. Some people don't. So yeah, we got that rectangle and any more tools that we want to show you guys. So here's the zoom tool. Let's say that we want to zoom in on this pumpkin. I just go ahead and click, and then I drag my mouse, my cursor, forward, and that will zoom it forward. And then if I click it again and drag it back to the left, then it will go ahead and zoom out. So go ahead and do that. Cool. Now those are the basic tools on the left side that I use all the time. One other tool that I use a lot is the dropper. So this dropper right here, if you take this and click it, then you see let's say we click that black color had actually shown up right here. So I'll do it again and we'll take an orange. You guys can see right here to the left that it stole that orange color. So let's say we want to take this orange, go to the brush, and make sure we're on the right layer. Go to that background layer, and we want to go ahead and cover our thumb. It's not going to look very good because it takes some time to layer and take out her thumb, but we can do so right here. Take a lot more time and texture and stamping to be able to take out that thumb fully, but you guys kind of get the idea. And we'll go ahead and take this thumb out as well. But I'm pretty confident with my Photoshop capabilities that I can actually take those thumbs out. But that's a lot more. That's down the road. We'll do some more advanced stuff.